Hi everyone, it's me again, VA Jessie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is VA Jessie and I provide work from home tips, sales and phone skills improvement, and anything related to virtual assistants. So if you want to learn more about work from home, if you want to get some tips about how to improve your phone and selling skills, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you would always be updated whenever I release a new video. And if you are a client who's looking to hire a Filipino virtual assistant to do cold calling, appointment setting, real estate appointment setting, feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. You can visit our website at telecrewoutsourcing.com. So for today, we are going to talk about cold calling. In our last video, we have discussed the difference between cold calling, appointment setting, and lead generation. And for today, we're gonna dig deeper into cold calling. So again, if you're doing cold calling, you are offering a product or a service to someone whom you haven't talked to in the past. This video is specifically made for cold callers out there, right? This is for you. I'm creating this for you because I know that sometimes cold calling 4 hours, 8 hours a day, it gets tiring. And I feel you because I have been cold calling for a long time. If you are cold calling as a virtual assistant, it's very important for you to always be on top of your game because it's freelancing and it's project-based and it could end any moment. Like if your client is not getting the return on investment anymore, they wouldn't have any choice but to end the contract and find another freelancer or virtual assistant that can do a better job. Today, we are going to talk about how to become an effective cold caller. My first tip is always remember that the contacts or the leads can never hurt you. I have experienced and coached some virtual assistants or cold caller in the past that were holding back, right? When they are cold calling, they're kind of holding back because they're afraid that the lead might become angry or might not be happy with what they're gonna say. They're afraid to push a little more. They don't want to be too aggressive, right? But you have to always remember that these people on the other line can never hurt you. They are in a different part of the world. And it's your responsibility to maximize your call and do what you can to convince them. My second tip is for you to have fun. Don't be too stiff, right? Just be yourself, be conversational. When you're too stiff and you're too serious and too pressured, sometimes it would reflect on your call, right? Your lead can feel your frustration. And sometimes when you're too frustrated, you don't perform really well. So just have fun. We have our own rituals. We have our own different ways to switch our minds from lazy mode to work mode. Do whatever you can, your rituals, in order to prep yourself for another day of cold calling. Whatever that is, as long as it's not too time consuming and that you're gonna be late, do it. Your mindset and the way you think, the way you talk would definitely affect, right, how you convince people, okay? It would reflect on your call. So it's important that you're in a good mood before you make calls. Tip number 3, script out the entire call. It's very important that you have your script for whenever you're making cold calls. Why? Because you would just end up rambling and saying unnecessary things if you don't have a script. Scripting out your entire call would definitely help you have a focus. Focus is really important when you're doing cold calls because sometimes we'd end up, building rapport and having, lengthy conversation with a lead who wouldn't even buy or who wouldn't even set an appointment with you. So you have to have a focus or a path, all right, to where you want to lead the conversation. But don't get me wrong, it does not mean that you have to sound scripted, Okay, it does not mean that you have to sound robotic because you have a script. No, you have a script and you are going to say it naturally. The first 10 seconds of your call is really important, sometimes even sooner than 10 seconds. So you have to make sure that you can buy yourself a few more seconds or minutes, okay, with a client by ensuring that you have such an effective opening spiel. You can't sound unsure, you can't sound like you're not focused, you can't sound like you don't know what you're saying during the first couple of seconds of your conversation with your customer. So be ready. Make sure that you are confident and you are basically making sense. You have to be worth talking to. Value that first few seconds of your call. Next, less talk, less mistake. The more that you keep your clients or your customers talking, the higher possibility for you to close that deal. If you keep talking and if you ramble and if you have a lot of things to say, you might lose them. The next thing you know, they already hung up. Okay, so engage with them, keep them talking, make them share information with you, ask the right questions so that they will open up to you, and just keep them talking. Because the more you know about them, right, you'll get more leverage. You know more about where they're coming from. You would be able to recommend the right product or services, and you would be able to position your bottles properly. Lastly, keep your momentum. You've called for a couple hours and then you finally had a deal, you finally closed a sale, or you finally set an appointment. It's really normal for someone to take a break or hit pause and step away for a little bit. It's very normal, but to each his own. But I would suggest that you use that momentum to keep going. Instead of taking a break after every sale that you make, why not use that fire, right? When you close a deal, you tend to have that kind of feeling of pride and the momentum that you have in you, right? You have that all of those energy, and I would recommend for you not to lose that. Continue making a couple more calls. Who knows if your next call right after that sale would be another sale, right? So that's it, guys. That's all of the tips that I have for you today in order to become an effective cold caller. I hope that I was able to share and impart important information and that you learned something from my video today. And I really appreciate it that you stayed until the end of the video. And if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you would always be updated whenever I have new videos like this. And if you want to inquire about our hiring process at telecrewoutsourcing, please visit our website at telecrewoutsourcing.com. We are always hiring and we're always looking for great talents. We're looking for call callers and appointment setters and real estate appointment setters. So don't hesitate, go to my website, telecrewoutsourcing.com. There would be some instruction in there on how to join our team.